this.
Holy shit, Kevin!
Wow. What?
You get this only nowhere else but you. Kevin is after that. Kevin, I'm not gonna lie.
Now we're not look at this. A carved penguin. There it is.
Oh no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
I was so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh my god.
Wait, what's going on?
What is
happening?
What is going on? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birdfish!
How about that?
Birdfish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say?
Hey, a win is a win. I understand it's late in the year. I understand it's not always easy to watch, but a win is a win. They get it done 4-1 versus the Chicago White Sox. Kyle Bradish back on the mound, and honestly, even if he didn't have his A game today, gotten a little bit more trouble than we're used to, especially Kyle Bradish versus the White Sox. It's just always so nice to see Kyle Bradish on the mound. Plain and simple. End sentence. When Kyle Bradish is on the mound, you get this overcome with this kind of sense of, I don't want to say, maybe calmness is the way to do it. Like anytime guys would get on or after the first inning, obviously they shut them out the rest of the way. They would get a leadoff guy on second. He'd work out of it. You just kind of trust him to. And why do you trust him? Because Kyle Bradish has gone out and shown us time and time again that he is probably, even with Trevor Rogers pitching the way Trevor Rogers is, Kyle Bradish is here to show us that he's the ace. He is the guy that next year he is going to be out there every fifth day and give you a very good chance to win. He is a number one type-esque starter. Plain and simple. So it feels like it. Like his heart rate doesn't rise. Like in big situations now, you can sit there and go, how big is a situation between two bad teams with 10 games left in the season? I understand that. But, leadoff guy on second, men on base, and he just finds ways out of it. This is the Kyle Bradish that we've seen in massive situations. This is the Kyle Bradish you see in low leverage situations like tonight. And it's just always good to see him out there, to see him healthy. That's the thing. If Kyle Bradish gave up 100 runs tonight, I wouldn't care. It's still all about keeping him healthy. When Kyle Bradish is healthy, good things happen. It's all about his health. Same with Tyler Wells. They can go out there every fifth day, and if they pitch great like they have been, awesome. But the most important part is that they go out there and are healthy. They continue to, I don't want to say build up, because I feel like at this point they're still on a pretty heavy pitch count. But in some ways it is building up, building up for 2026. Someone made a great point. I believe it was on the radio a few weeks ago they are going to try to get as many outings from these guys. They're probably going to try to get 2 more, if not 3 out of Bradish, I would think. So let's you probably get 1 more at most, or 2 more at most out of Bradish, but we'll see, because you do want him next year to not have a massive inning spike. You don't want him to go from 40, 50 innings pitched to suddenly 180. That's just not good on their arms, even their surgically repaired arms. But let's dive into the box score a little bit, kind of give ourselves a little recap of everything that went down. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe. Really appreciate, genuinely, everyone still tuning in. I know it's not the easiest to watch these guys right now when they really feels like they don't have much to play for, but appreciate everyone who's sticking with them, who's sticking with us. So let's lead it off. We got Jackson Holliday, 2 hits, 1 walk in 4 at-bats. Jackson Holliday is looking once again like he is comfortable at the plate. His batting average is up to 255. I think he still have that on-base streak? Why am I blanking? Yeah. Is it up to 15 games, something? Jackson Holliday, this is the leadoff hitter that you've been hoping for. Someone who goes out there, gets on base. I mean, you get on base 3 times, good things are usually going to happen. He doesn't score tonight, but an all-around, an awesome game from Jackson Holliday. Continue to see him develop. I know people are like, okay, this is now Jackson Holliday's, second year in the league. He is still how many career bats does Jackson Holliday have? I'm genuinely curious. It can't be more than 700. Could it? Maybe just above 700? 736. So, just kind of passed over a full season of at-bats, probably like 100 at-bats ago. So great to see him, continue. Yes, this is his going into his 3rd year here next season, but he's still a young guy. I mean, 21 years old, 22 years old. He's going to need to continue to develop, continue to get better. And that's what he's showing right now. He went through a very rough stretch in August. That end of July, August, it was brutal at times to watch. It felt like nothing was going his way. He looked kind of tired, things like that. But he has bounced back in a major way. Jeremiah Jackson, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 RBI, and came very, very, very close, about a foot away from a 2-run homer caught at the top of the wall. Jeremiah Jackson, all he does is hit, plain and simple. This has been one of the best finds, one of the highlights of the 2025 season for the Baltimore Orioles. You get a guy who is now, 30 games, 35 games into his career, and he continues to just simply hit the crap out of the baseball. Let me check real fast. Yeah, batting 284. I mean, this has been everything you would want out of a guy who was not considered a prospect. He wasn't considered this top guy. Hell, he wasn't even on prospect list. He was just kind of this journeyman, young minor leaguer who had tried to find a home in a couple different places that didn't work out. Now suddenly he finds his way into Baltimore because they trade everyone. At the deadline. 9 guys, he gets his opportunity to pretty much have them say, hey, it's yours. Run with it. And that's what he did. He absolutely ran with it. Could not be happier for him. He is definitely going to I would say he has a very good shot of being the utility infielder next season. Emmanuel Rivera Rivera defensive, so didn't bat. Gunnar Henderson 0 for 4 with a walk. Gunner's been kind of hot and cold recently. You want to see the average go up. I mean, overall, it's unfortunate that this is kind of going to be a season to forget for Gunnar because he has played relatively well. But, Yeah, the power's just not been there. And it's really, sucks for Gunnar because he's a guy who does have 35, 40 home run power. Hasn't been there this year. It just simply hasn't been there this year. But you're going to hope. We just hope that next year it's better. Yeah, and people forget the oblique to start the year. Obviously, everything happening with the team, it just felt like no one was able to get off to a good start. Yeah, just hope for a healthy offseason and then hit the ground running in 26. Tyler O'Neill with the late single and what was that, the 8th, 7th? I think it was 7th. 7th inning. Shout out Tyler O'Neill. Ryan Mountcastle, 1 for 4 as well with a single. Dylan Beavers 0 for 4, work the count still. One of his rare days where he does not get on base. Kobe Mayo, it says 2 walks. He 0 for 1, 1 run, walk, also hit by pitch. Hit by pitch, then 2 walks. Got on base 3 times. Forgot he walked again in the 8th. He got on base 3 times. Good for him. He does look a lot more comfortable. That's why I was so thankful that the hand injury, the hit by pitch on the hand, was not anything too bad because that would have sucked. That would have really sucked if something were to happen there. And he is. We can't – this is why we want to use September and really a lot of August. I mean, it's been about getting Kobe Mayo as many at-bats as possible. I think he's starting to put it together. He is very quietly putting together, like he has 9 home runs on the season. He can, in the next few games, I think he probably hits 1. I would not be surprised if he ends the season because he's hot right now, maybe getting, to that 12, 13 homer number. And that's going to be just a few shy of the Orioles lead. So Mayo, power starting to come back around. Like to see that. Sam Basayo, 1 hit, 1 run, or 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 runs in 3 at-bats. Kid gets on. Literally in the 1 inning, it's 0-2 in the count with 2 outs, gets the walk, then Kobe hit by pitch, then it was then Kobe hit by pitch, then Mayo walked. His hit by pitch was so Basayo walk, Mayo walk, Cowser 3-run homer. Just how they drew it up. Sam Basayo, get on base, good things happen. Another good day for him at the plate. And then Colton Cowser, 1 for 4, 3 RBIs. Awesome day for him with the 3-run Earl Weaver special. He talked, after the game, and I think people, a lot of people kind of crap on Cowser. And, they talk about, he's this strikeout machine and everything. He was very open in his post-game press conference saying, I'm just grinding through at bats right now. He's like, I'm hitting more homers, but, back-to-back games. But I'm still striking out too much. I'm trying to focus on that. So, he knows what he needs to work on. I still think that we can get a very good Colton Cowser, especially in 2026. Please just everyone be healthy. Everyone be healthy. That's all we ask for, is for everyone to be healthy in 2026. Let's move down now to the pitching. Move it over I guess you could. Yeah. It's sad, but it was going to happen. It was going to happen. Officially get that elimination. It's tough, but it's just how the season went. It's just how the season went. But Kyle Bradish, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 4 walks, which, man, he'll tell you that nothing good happens after walking. Kyle Bradish is not someone to walk guys. So he's He's not going to like that at all. He's going to be pissed about that. 9 strikeouts, though. Classic Kyle Bradish. I mean, when he's got the strikeout pitch working, he gets it working. Awesome to see there. I just enjoy watching Kyle Bradish pitch. I'm going to be honest. Like, it is just such a treat when we get to watch this man pitch. It sucked the past year not being able to watch him, but slowly, we're back. We're back. And then Cade Stroud, what role do we think Cade Stroud plays on the team next year? He's definitely, before I speak, let me look at this, make sure that look at Fangraphs to make sure I have this right. Yeah, Cade Stroud's going to be a guy that I think if we want to talk about his role, he's going to be a low leverage relief guy in that 5th, 6th inning, 7th inning of blowouts, stuff like that. But he has options. He has 3 options. So I think he's a guy that makes the team, or he maybe doesn't make it out of camp, but he's going to be one of those guys that's riding the Norfolk bus. He is going to probably be here up and down all throughout the year. I think he's a guy that they really like. I think they think he has really good stuff. I definitely think he makes the team. He's going to have a role on the 2026 Orioles, but I think it's probably, unfortunately, in his situation, just because of the numbers game, because he has options, all of that, he's going to be someone who's up and down. So super excited about just to see how he develops. Dietrich Ends, 3 innings pitched, no hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Dietrich Ends, man. Like, Dietrich Ends just is one of those guys. He's just a grinder, a baller, a certified ball player. This dude just goes out there and simply does his job. He is so like Danny Coulomb. Like, it's just, he's one of those gritty relievers where he's not going to blow anything by you, but he's going to go out there and he's going to find a way to, whether it's, get you to ground out, whether it's get you to pop up, fly out, strike out, no matter what it is. If he comes in with guys on base, he'll get the grounder to get out of it. If he needs to just find an out, he'll find it however he needs. Bases loaded, he'll get a strikeout. It doesn't matter. Dietrich Ends has been unbelievable for this team since they got him from Detroit. And yeah, I think without a doubt, he is somebody that they are going to rely on next season. They are going to give him his opportunity next season. And I think he's someone that we see early and often. He's a guy that, they're going to probably go into spring training with him penciled into that 7th, inning role, 7th, 8th inning. And I think we go from there. But overall, just awesome to see Dietrich Ends continue his run in Baltimore. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. So we get some news today. Obviously, Albert Suarez on the IR once again with some elbow discomfort. Sick to my stomach for Big Al. Wish that he could find a way to stay healthy. Hopefully it is nothing too bad and he can return to the team next season, rest up over the offseason, all of that. We also got Jordan Westburg is back. He's going to DH tomorrow. He'll be activated DH tomorrow, then play third base the next day, then maybe a day off. I'm not sure. But we'll see what happens there. Then Adley started at AAA this week. He'll probably be back next week after the Yankees series for that final series of the year. Final 2 series with the Rays and then with the Yankees. But it's nice to get those guys back, I guess. Like, that's what sucks. Like, this would be so fun if it's like Adley and Westbrook back right before. Actually, it's literally what happened last year was we were hoping Westbrook would be back for the playoffs, but all he does is produce. We just need him to stay healthy. Jordan Westbrook, the guy's going to produce. That's not an issue. That's not a problem. If you want him when he is healthy, Jordan Westbrook's going to get the job done. Plain and simple. It's recently, unfortunately, it's all been about trying to keep him healthy, and freak injuries, getting hit on the hand, just stupid little things that have kind of held him back over this past year. That it really is unfortunate. I also saw the Yankees loss, which is just fun. Not as much to talk about with the Orioles these days, which kind of sucks. As we're winding down the days, we have 12 games left, which is just crazy. That is crazy. 12 games left. We're about to be. Dang. That's crazy that there's 12 games left. It feels like just yesterday we were at Camden Yards, Kevin and I, for the home opener. We were kicking the Angels? No, that was last year. Who did we play on opening day this year? Was it the Angels? Red Sox. It was the Red Sox, right? It was the Red Sox. I'm not crazy, right? I had someone in the chat to tell me I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm checking. It was the Red Sox. Okay, I'm not crazy. It was the Red Sox. Never wrong, just early. Remember that. Never wrong, just early. But yeah, it is crazy. Oh, Tampa Bay or Blue Jays beat Tampa Bay 7-0 for the Yankees. Jeez. Unbelievable. But let's get into our always fun draft lottery odds. Hey, we got to lose some games. Because we are, at this point, you get eliminated, literally just lose 2 games so we can just jump back up to 5. At this point, my goal is just finishing the top 5 for odds, try to jump up into that, the top 5, period. But, yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Hey, that would be awesome. I would love it. Who needs to catch the Yankees? Is it the Guardians that need to? No. Who needs to catch the Yankees? It's Cleveland and Texas. 4.5 games back. We would literally have to probably beat the Yankees 6-7 times. That would be hilarious, though. That would be hysterical if we could find a way to. Hey, I'm for it. I am definitely for it. See what we got here. All right, up one. St. Louis up 7. Why can't we ever get this? Why can't we ever be the team that jumps up 7? I feel like we're cursed here. For some reason, they just do not. They don't like to see us succeed and move up in the tankathon. They don't. Down 2. Up 3rd. This is what I'm talking about. Up 7, up 13. What are we doing? Why can't we ever get this? We got time. I might as well. Up 2. It doesn't want to just give me even the cheap one. We'll take top 3. We'll take top 3 at this point. You gotta do something at this point. We'll take top 3. It ain't the best, but we'll take it. Top 3, Oh, man. It's so crazy to me that we're already at the point where this season is. It's over. 12 games left. We started with 162 of these babies to go. It's crazy, all the things it's just the insane ups. I literally remember sprinting down Coastal Highway because Brandon Hyde was just fired. All those things happening. And I'm like, that's so crazy. That was months ago. It feels like we just fired Brandon Hyde a few weeks ago. All the things. It's unreal. This season has gone by so insanely fast. But, if you guys, we'll put the link to the call-ins live right now. So if you have anything you would like to say, it's the floor is yours. I'm not going to be able to make it to the Monday night game. But actually, Monday night game. No, I might be, Rick, if you are at the stadium, though, we might be doing boots on the ground, Ryan Ripken show. So in that capacity, depending, I'm not sure what our pre-game festivities are going to be like, just with everything. But I think there is that potential that I will be down there on pregame. Yeah, Baker Mayfield looks good. Baker Mayfield looks good. I love Baker Mayfield. Absolutely love Baker Mayfield. But, yeah. We had our first call in and then we didn't. So I was going to say before our first call in, let's bring on Kevin Oestreicher. But now let's just bring on Kevin Oestreicher.
What's going on?
Baseball was played tonight, Kevin. I mean, that's literally what, even in the wins, it's like, okay, just feels like a check mark down for like one step closer almost. Like,
and I'm so mad too because I doubt. Hold on. All right, Bowers did something. I was like, if Ibuka didn't score that right now, if Ibuka didn't score that touchdown, it would beat you.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, Ibuka didn't do anything after that. Literally, not a thing.
Didn't he? He dropped that ball, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
I know, because I needed yards from him, and he had quite a few opportunities in which they did not convert. That was.
Yeah. I realized I forgot to turn on my camera, and I'm so lazy. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say just new background though, not
I know you can see everything that's in the background, so I'll do a little. Okay, so we got the crap. This, you recognize this? This is from the studio.
I was gonna say I remember that crap.
I was in the studio. Then we got a little Raven. You can't see him fully, but he's like a Raven guy.
Why Raven?
I don't know.
Just cause.
Thought of a random animal. Figured to put the Raven. And then we got hold on. This is from that's my old, like my very first background. This is from my very first background. It's a crane.
I was gonna say that looks like one of those. I literally was about to be like, is that one of those big beak birds? But
so that's the crane, and then down. There we have the penguin. That's a penguin without eyes.
Why was that without eyes? What happened to its eyes?
He only has a beak. Only a beak. So, but the camera looks a lot nicer. I just forgot to turn it on. Because it's different now. Because usually I just flip up because it's the webcam, and I flip up the camera or flip up my computer, and I'm right there. But now
I have a
turn on the camera and plug in, and like I can't reach my camera from my spot here because I'm too short, and it's just a mess. It's a mess.
Kevin, it sounds like a mess. It sounds like a mess. Yeah, no, I have a what's it called? A tripod and everything. I just don't want to set up a camera. I'm gonna be honest. Like I am as lazy as it gets. That's simply why I don't. Like
So you have it like.
So I have everything.
You have your camera. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my camera and I have like a very low tech switcher thing, and I just.
What would you need a switcher for with one camera?
Well, no, it's just more to.
Oh, well, you could flip. Maybe you set up your laptop at one angle and the camera the other. You go flip back and forth.
Yeah. That
is there just not enough room for you to?
No,
to set
Kevin,
it
I
up?
just don't feel like setting up my camera to be right here. Like it is a simple. I don't feel like.
Yeah. See, for me, I was trying so hard to figure out what I wanted because I was trying to see if I could like set up like a floating shelf like along this wall back
Yeah.
here, but then like there are studs in this wall, so you can't drill into it in the places I needed to drill in. And like I also like in my recording space, I have like this. I had the bookshelf.
Yeah.
And was like, can I get the background without the bookshelf? The answer was no, because I needed a place to put stuff and not just have a white wall. And then I need to figure out maybe I'll get like soundproof, like maybe foam things or hexagons, that's maybe like black and purple. And
Ooh, hexagon,
Put
like
those
something. Are you talking about like big padded hexagons, like those things? If I think,
yeah, like the foam.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like maybe something like that. I don't know if it's exactly that, but look at us brainstorming.
What else is there to do, Kevin?
I know.
Like I literally like I'm not even gonna lie, Kevin. I was watching the
What
game.
can you even take away from a game like this? Colton Cowser's a 3-run homer, and
Like literally, like I was watching the game and I'm just sitting there and I'm watching the game on my computer. I'm watching Monday Night Football and I'm just like, Cowser hits a 3-run go ahead homer and I'm like, cool. Like it's just like there's no big outpour of emotion of like, oh, we got the lead, or this. It's like, oh, nice, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
it sucks that we're at that point.
I know. Did you see when they announced the Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz? Someone said flex this to 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Yeah, you would be able to watch.
That'd be my dinner time entertainment right there.
I was gonna say that's like a midnight snack for you. You're like,
Yeah,
all
that-
right.
4 a.m. football, man. I should be the commissioner of that. The nighttime football league starts at 2 a.m. every
2
Sunday.
a.m. Hey, we might
Well,
as
you
well
can't compete. Maybe Friday nights. 2 a.m.
You are not beating college or high school football on Friday nights.
It'd be like a semi-pro league, maybe.
Semi-pro. That's how we're
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
I respect that. Kevin, we do actually have a call in. We got Breaking Glenjamin, our guy. How are we
What's
doing?
going on, man?
No, same stuff, different day.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel it. It is nice though, as much as it, stinks that the emotions aren't as high, that a win's a win. Yeah, I would rather see the Birds in the win column than not.
A win is a win because sometimes I feel no matter like what happens in a day, if your team wins, it's still okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally.
Wins make it better. I agree.
Yeah. I've been thinking about like the season, reflecting on the season,
Mm-hmm.
and if we just win every game, I think you'll win that bet, Zach, won't you?
Yeah, no, we can go. We have to go 10-2 in our final 12. So the getting swept by the Jays put a little wrinkle in it. Not gonna lie, I was like, okay, not ideal for the situation overall, but still life, life somehow.
This thing popped up on my phone the other day. It says, "Oh, look at your memories from however many years ago," and 2019. I just called up my dad one day, September 2019, year before the pandemic. And I said, "You want to go to the game tonight?" And he said, "Or tomorrow." And then he said, "Aren't they in Toronto?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's just go." And he's like, "Okay."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And so we drove up, we drove up to Toronto, went to see Niagara Falls and that kind of stuff. One of the best trips of my life. Really nice drive up there through like New York, cutting across the side to get to Niagara Falls. Lots of like scenes in September. Look, I took a picture of like a ice cream shop there in the middle of nowhere, and it looked like a Norman Rockwell painting. And that popped up on my phone, and I'm like, yeah, that was a good trip.
Yeah,
awesome.
it's like, and that's what baseball's about.
Memories that last
it's
a
the
lifetime.
people. It's the people you're with. It's the memories you make. It's not always about who won the game when you went. It's not about who did what when you went. It's about who you were with. It's about the experience you had. It's about who you experienced it with. That's what makes baseball great.
Yeah. VR tossed me a ball in the first inning when he was walking off the field. And then later on, Hunter Alberto tossed it to my dad. And some guy got pissed that he got two.
Legends.
And it's like, look,
awesome.
when you know the players' first names and you ask them in Spanish, you get baseballs.
Yeah.
And the guy was
True.
pissed at me for that.
That's actually that is great.
It's the way to do it. Yep.
I was gonna say that's actually beautiful advice.
Yeah. So I did renew the season tickets.
All right.
I couldn't let them go. I just love those seats too much.
Hey,
Yeah.
it makes sense. I understand. Yeah.
They put they're doing like this question and answer with one of the players
Mhm.
on I think it's Friday's game. It says September 19th. That's Friday, I think.
Yes.
So there's like a 30-minute Q&A session, so I want to go to that one.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, 7 more games at the Yard this year.
I know. I'm hoping I'll
Crazy.
be at the hopeful final 2. I really want to go to that Thursday 1:00 game. Just one. I think I'm hoping it's going to be like a beautiful, like mid-60s day game, like final game of the season. But I'm hoping to go to at least that Thursday game, if not, or at least that Tuesday, Wednesday game. Not that Thursday as well. Get back out there final 2 times because I can't
before the playoffs start, right?
Yeah. Before the Orioles inevitably somehow
Yeah.
they
Yeah, I think-
retroactively get 3 more wins.
Yeah, so it's Chicago, New York, Tampa, and then I think
New
they
York.
go to New York.
Yep, go to New York to finish it off.
That's a lot of games against New York.
Yeah,
They could make a big difference because they're kind of still head to head with Boston, aren't they?
yeah. They're a game separates them, Boston and New York. It's a singular game, so
that could be the difference between having to play on the road or play at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be big.
I'd
That
love
could
to
be
play the
massive.
spoiler. I'd love to play the spoiler.
I really would. I really
Yeah.
would.
Need another Andino.
It's my
walk-off.
favorite Aura moment of all time.
It was
Andino.
incredible.
That's cool. What are you guys? What was like your? Do you have any? Have you thought about like the biggest surprise of the season and like the biggest disappointment, other than the overall season? Were there any like moments that stood out to you?
Meaning surprise in a good way.
Yeah, either way.
Gosh. So, I mean, it's the easy answer, I think, but biggest surprise has to be Trevor Rogers just turning from the most hated man in the fan base because of what Kyle's like simply just because of what Kyle Stowers was doing and watching that story unfold as, my goodness, every other day Kyle Stowers hits a homer, the Orioles were robbed, all this, and then suddenly it turns into Trevor Rogers is the best pitcher on the planet. And I think that had to be one of the coolest storylines really of the season, was just watching guy, kind of against all odds about, everyone in the fan base gave up on him.
Yeah.
He just finds a way to not only go out there like sitting with Hall of Famers and the things he's doing, It's been incredible.
Yeah. I think mine, if not Trevor Rogers, would probably be Jeremiah Jackson. I mean, a guy that I think is now a mainstay in your lineup for next season. And, he literally can't stop hitting. And it's one of those like Elias specials, right? Like eventually if you do enough of them, you're going to hit on guys. And he certainly has, but it's been a really cool story. I mean, look, he was a highly touted guy and, just didn't work out for him. And like we were kind of talking about, where are the Orioles going to find this like steady hitter to put in their lineup for next year? Not that they shouldn't go out and get another guy. I think they should, but
yeah,
you have a nice in-house solution there. So I've been really impressed with Jeremiah there.
I think also just one of the big ones is, obviously he's not here anymore, but Ryan O'Hearn making the All-Star game as a starter was incredible. But then Ramon Laureano becoming kind of the fan favorite in Baltimore, didn't see that coming at all. So there was that's the cool thing about baseball is over 162 games, there are going to be these awesome moments, even in the very disappointing season that you look back on, you're like, that was so cool.
Yeah, I like players like that. Laureano, he kind of had there's certain players, let's see, in Orioles history, I'd say guys like Jeff Conine or BJ Surhoff. Laureano kind of gave me that vibe a little bit. Guys that just kind of like went out and played ball.
He was so awesome.
It's kind of like Suarez's story. You know, every time I saw Suarez play these past 2 seasons, it's just like he just goes out there and plays.
Yeah,
And
True.
I appreciate players like that. But yeah, I agree with those things over the season, and I think my biggest disappointment's got to be Felix.
Yeah.
That just
It's really
like
difficult.
all the games I went to that I saw him played, there was a vibe, and it was just so nice to have.
Yeah.
A
When he
pitcher of
went
that
out there, it was
caliber come
over.
out, and you know the lights go off and everybody's tripping out. And I think
So
one of my
fun.
favorite moments from this season was that start that Sugano had against the Yankees early in the year, and he was just throwing like these sick split finger fastballs, and then Felix came in and did the same thing, and he got both of the saves that series, and they were 1-run saves.
Yeah.
And I thought we were turning it around at that point.
Yeah, there were so many opportunities you felt
lot
like
of
there,
them,
there were
yeah.
like 4 or 5 times where you kind of were all looking at each other like, is this the turning point? Like,
Yep.
is this where it turns around? I think another awesome moment, you know, even though it didn't come to fruition fully, but I mean, all of Oriole Birdland stressing a Brandon Young perfect game through 7 2/3 innings. But like, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Mike Elias said in the members Q&A,
Mhm.
it's actually a pretty decent event.
Yeah.
They like fed us some decent food, and they had the spread out, and Kevin Brown was there.
Oh, nice.
But he said that was his favorite moment this season, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, until tonight when they pitch another perfect game.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you know, it is, even in a down season, there's so many cool memories to be made, and that's the beauty of baseball.
Yeah, the yard's got the Christmas is going to be in the air again.
Yeah.
And sometimes it makes me feel happy, but sometimes it makes me feel sad. But I guess I'm ready for the off season, football season, and everything.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things where, and then before we know it, spring, they'll be moving to spring training, and we'll be like, holy crap, how is it already March? And we're hype, you know, getting ready for opening day. It goes fast.
Pitchers and catchers.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be
We're
there
gonna
before we
hear about
know it.
them reporting.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Get the countdown ready. But Glenn, appreciate you as always. my
Appreciate you,
friend.
man.
And
All right.
you have a great rest of your Monday.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah. Appreciate you,
Talk
man.
to you soon. I like that. That was a great exercise. Just kind of,
Yeah, that was
because
fun.
it is.
That was fun.
You know, it's the little things that make this sport so great. But gosh, what a time. What a time. There's still, football's just beginning. It's like, I don't even think we're at halftime in that game.
So
Tony Jefferson just got an interception.
did he really?
Yeah,
Dude, TJ's been killing it, man.
he has been. But Kevin, anything else before we get out of here?
I think that's it.
Yeah. That's going to do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. Orioles win 4-1. Kyle Bradish on the mound. Colton Cowser 3-run. Earl Weaver special. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. Hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. O's play tomorrow against the White Sox. I believe it's 7:40 start again. Just delaying it an hour, Kevin, still just makes it painful. I'm going to be honest. I think this is even worse than late games, because at least then I'm mentally prepared for how late it's going to be. 7:40 start, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's a regular start time. And then we start this show at like 10:45, and I'm like, why is it so late? It throws me off. Throws me off. Yeah, Quentin Johnson, again, having an unbelievable 60-yard touchdown. I mean, I think maybe it's finally his year. But we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another edition of Kevin and Zach React. Cesar Torres.
Such a legend. Oh man. I am gonna go with your favorite, Jeremy Guthrie.
Oh my god, screw that guy.